Steam cleaning is here ready to take on any spill that happens this summer. With 392 Fahrenheit steam, it's going to sanitize and make your floor more hygienic, with 6 different jets of water being able to clean a large area and being able to handle grease, stains, and even melt butter in no time.
Wow.
It's summertime, and the second I leave the room, the kids are waiting to make a mess. I haven't even had time to clean up the last mess that they made. They, of course, don't let me know, and they leave not knowing how long it's even been stuck to the floor. This is the new Dreame Aero Pro Steam, a new wet-dry vacuum mop that allows you to steam clean the floor, completely sanitizing it with 392 temperature water and being able to have it completely chemical-free and cleaner than it's ever been. We have a bunch of spots here we need to clean up today. Huge thank you to Dreame for sponsoring this video. Let's get started with the spot right there.
First, we just need to fill up the water tank. Turn it on and we are ready to go. So let's just clean up the crumbs real quick. Now I can't just keep going like this over and over and over, but that's gonna take forever. So if I switch this to steam, just give it a minute to heat up. All right, now that it has heated up, you can see that steam coming out. So let's start with this little one right here. If I just go over it 1, 2 times, you can even just let it sit there for a second to warm it up. So that one's already gone. Here, this is a big sticky mess, so I'm just gonna slowly go over it. And just like that, a couple passes here. And that is pretty much gone. Now that definitely beats getting down and scrubbing it with a rag, being able to do all of it right with this without having to do, 20 passes or whatever. It was able to clean that up. All right, that one's done. On to the ice cream. So there with the normal wet dry vacuum mop, just one pass isn't gonna do anything. But here, if we start steaming it.
Now these are just a few examples, but some of the other things you're gonna be able to use this steam for is being able to pick up oil and grease buildup, dried sauce, food residue, footprints, muddy stains, and so much more. This is so handy to have built right in, not needing to get another device to be able to clean up the mess.
That's crazy how the heat is just able to help so much in getting that cleaned up.
Other wet dry vacuum mops usually do come with some type of cleaner, but I love how this is chemical free. Being able to heat up to that 392 Fahrenheit is going to completely steam and sanitize the area. Here, let's do another test on this butter. You can just see how it is melting away. Now, it does take a little bit of time to get it from room temperature to fully melted, but then it turns into a pile of liquid, and with one pass, I can easily pick it up, removing all the mess from the floor in one pass and preventing any dirt from getting stuck later on. Now, many cleaners talk about looking clean, but this is actually clean. With the steam cleaning, it's able to heat it up and sanitize that area. So here, after testing with a paper towel, you can see that all the residue is completely gone, sanitizing the floor to be clean. So in here, we have 6 different nozzles that where the hot water is heating up, turning it into steam, and then being able to spray on the floor. So you can hold it down there a bit to really get it concentrated, but as you're just cleaning, this is still rolling and it's making sure it's cleaning up all of that hot water. So then in here, we can pull off the roller there, and then this is also being sprayed by the water inside to be able to clean the roller so it's constantly getting clean. And then sectioning all of that inside of the dirty water tank. In here on the back is the dirty water tank where everything is going to, kind of separating the dry from the wet. So you can put the dry dirt in the garbage and then dump the rest out in the sink. So that is a real world test of how this is going to work. Those stains have been there a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, but you can see it handles the worst of the worst. Now, if it was just down there for a little bit of time, this would have picked it up no easy. I don't even think you would have need to use the steam function, but having that really makes it so that any stain, whether we see it quickly or see it in a few days, we are able to get it up without any problems. So love having that steam feature. And another benefit of the Aero Pro Steam is it's the slimmest one of these that I have seen with the steam functionality. That means it's going to be able to get right underneath our cabinets to deep clean under there as well. Now let's go ahead and clean up the rest of this dry mess that we have here, and that's going to be done with the great suction power that is in here, which is 28,000 Pascal of suction power. Should only take a few seconds. Now as this is picking up the dry mess, you can just hear that satisfying suction. And again, this is a wet dry vacuum mop. So this can safely be used on hardwood floors, including LVP, ceramic, tile, marble, without damaging the floor. It does not work on carpet, but it does a great job picking up all of the cereal and other messes that we have here. And I love how I can quickly turn on steam mode to get some of those tougher stains. And there, just a few minutes, I was able to clean up all that mess. And then I was able to use the steam cleaning at the end to get all the little spots that weren't able to be just cleaned up by the regular cleaner. Now, once you pull it down, super easy to get started. We just push the power button here, and then we can choose our different cleaning modes. So it's all in smart mode automatically. One push goes to turbo, so it's just going to go as fast as it can. Next, we have the steam mode. Just takes about a minute to heat up to be on full steam. And then here we have suction. If you want to quickly pick up a bunch of water or liquids, it just quickly suctions that up. Up here at the top, you do have your battery indicator. And last, we have eco mode, which is going to extend the battery life, be a little bit quieter to clean the floor longer. So let's try out the suction mode here on this spill of soda. Looks like there's some more in the background, but there you go. With just a few passes, able to suction that up. And here as I'm cleaning up this other spill, it's doing a great job. But let's check out the dirt indicator at the top. So it has those 3 lines at the top, which are typically blue, but when it is detecting dirt, whether it's a spill or just typical dirt on the floor, it will turn orange. Until you have cleaned that area, then it turns back to blue, letting you know that area is fully clean. Love having that right there to see if that area is really clean or not. And there you can see how much water has been used. We are about the max fill line for using it standing up. Once our cleaning is complete, we can just come over here to the base station. This is going to recharge it, and then it is going to complete the self-cleaning right onto here.
Start charging.
All we need to do is empty the dirty water tank. It will dry it and it will be ready for next time. Just push the button up top to get started.
Start intelligent self-cleaning.
So just with one button, it has now started the cleaning, and it is heating up the water to 203 degrees to do this deep cleaning. And it is able to rotate the pad in 2 directions. So it's able to get a really good scrub in both directions to have a nice fluffy roller once it's done. Now let's take off the water tank to see what that looks like. But just to see the roller in action, this is working great.
Self-cleaning complete. Please clean the used water tank. Drying the brush roller. Last about 5 minutes.
After 5 minutes, it is now warm and dry. That is so great. Let's go ahead and empty the water tank. So here we're gonna pick up on this, and there is all the dry gunk that we're just going to put in the garbage. And then the rest of this, we can just dump down the drain. And then we're just going to clean this out. And it does come with a cleaner brush to get really far in there. You can also use this inside the bottom of the Aero Pro Steam to clean that out as well. Now you definitely need to clean this out every time it finishes a cleaning, or this becomes very stinky.
Press the self-cleaning button within 3 seconds to start self-cleaning with steam.
Now after doing some more cleaning, I went ahead and did the steam cleaning, and this again heats up to the 392 degree Fahrenheit temperature. You see the steam coming out, really deep cleaning that brush. And then once it's complete, it does a longer drying to be able to really dry that brush. I think it's great that you have these 2 different options. Sometimes you really do need to get a deep clean on that roller brush, and this is going to do the job with the steam cleaning. And after that 30-minute dry, here you can see how nice and fluffy the roller looks. It goes back and forth to make sure it gets completely dry and fully clean. After the cleaning is complete, we're ready to move on to the next room. And in here in the bathroom, we have another list of problems that we need to clean up. One of them being hair. There is a ton of long hair in the home, and the great news, the Dreame Aero Pro Steam has the Tangle Cut 2.0 that's going to allow it to really get any length of hair, long hair, short hair, get it up off the floor, put in the dirty water tank, and nothing left over on the roller brush. Let's go ahead, try this out. Pulling off the brush there after the cleaning, you can see that everything has been cleaned up, but let's check out this right here. Do you see those little scrapers? That is going to be pressing on the roller brush and being able to remove all of that hair from the actual roller brush and being able to then put it into the water tank while it is doing its cleaning. Then it will be caught on the tray in the water tank and we'll easily be able to remove it. Now, most likely you're not gonna have this much hair on your floor that you need to clean up at once, but we're gonna do an extreme test here. Let's try it out. Now with a few passes, it has easily picked up those clumps of hair, but there's a bunch of other hair that is stuck to the floor, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean this entire area. Well, it did take me a couple passes to get rid of all that hair, but there you can see when we pull this open, there is no hair left on the brush getting tangled. And if we pull this off, we may see a little bit in here just because we still need to go through the full cleaning cycle, but there it did a great job pulling all of that hair right off. So nothing is left over in here for us to clean up, and it is now in the water tank for us to easily dump out. And after picking up all the hair, you can see there it is caught in the water tank. So we can just dump that out, or we can pull that out, and not too much here on the grate that time. Not only is the Aero Pro great for cleaning up all the hair on the floor, but this has been used to deep clean with the steam cleaning. Here we have a bunch of dirt in the grout. Let me show you how I've used it to do the cleaning to get that, because it's pretty hard to get that out. Now the roller isn't able to go under the grout lines, but now that it's all steamed and heated up, I can just quickly scrub that clean. And that makes it much easier to get up that grime. That looks great. Now, as I'm cleaning, some of the challenging areas are where it's just hard to reach underneath. Well, the great news is this has an ultra slim design, coming in on only 14 centimeters, or about 10 centimeters tall at its very lowest, or about 5.1 inches or 3.1 inches, but this is able to lie 180 degrees flat, and there's even a ball on the back here, so it's able to rest totally on the floor, and I can easily get underneath. So normally you just stop right there, and I'm missing all the way underneath, but as I then lay this down, I can easily get in there to the very end. One thing to note is there is no loss in suction power when going all the way flat like this. Others have done that, but this keeps it full power, being able to clean fully underneath the cabinet. And now that is cleaner than it's ever been, because I've never cleaned under there. Now, not only can this lay all the way down to clean under the chase, but right here, this is sitting at 3.5 inches tall. That means it is able to fit underneath my cabinets. Not quite underneath the dishwasher here, but here if we go under the cabinets, you can see it's able to get right under, get all the crumbs under there. Other models that I've used of this that have the steam function weren't able to get all the way under my cabinet. So I love that this is still able to get all the way under, get the crumbs right up against the toe kick here underneath the cabinets on this side, and even going all the way around. I was able to clean up this floor. It looks so much better. Being able to have the Aero Pro Steam get all the way under my cabinets makes this definitely the best wet dry vacuum mop that I've tried in the home. The kids are finally asleep, and so we're at the last test of the day, which is to be able to clean the entire floor in one battery. This has 70 minutes of battery, so that we're able to go in all the different areas of our home. Other wet dry vacuum mops aren't able to last that long. They also get too full in the water tank, so we have to empty it a lot, and then there's not enough water. So we're gonna be seeing how that works, cleaning this entire area. And then the great news is this has 72 decibels, so it's not very loud. You have eco mode that can be super quiet. You can keep the cleaning even when the kids are asleep, so it's not going to wake them up. We have a lot of work to do. Now, I haven't mentioned it yet, but handling this is super easy. Even with one hand, it's pulling itself forward, able to maneuver very easily.
And just like that, after about 30 minutes, I have completely cleaned all of this floor. It does take a little bit of time, but not that bad. This is doing all the hard work. And I didn't even get under the green. I didn't even get into the medium of battery life. This is great. Usually we do maybe 1 or 2 more bathrooms that we're cleaning this with, but this has way more battery life than I've seen. And I didn't have to refill the water tank or empty the water tank once. That means all of the water was being pushed out, cleaning the floor, and then being sucked back up. And that worked great. And so there you go, that is the Dreame Aero Pro Steam. I think this is an excellent device to have. I love the addition of the steam, being able to really clean those deep grease and grime that are on the floor that you'd have to get down on your hands and knees and scrub it for a little while. The steam really is able to pick that up, and cleaning the grout is such a great way to quickly get that done with the steam. I love how it has the extended battery life and that it is able to fit under the cabinets. It's not able to fit underneath the dishwasher, but that's okay. Everywhere else it was able to fit just fine, which is great to see. The only thing that this would be nice to have is maybe a light on it that I could see around a little bit better, but I love everything else about this. And my last favorite feature that this has added is the steam cleaning at the station, being able to really heat up that roller brush to get it deep clean. Others, there has been residue left over, but this is able to get it really clean. And overall, this has been one of my favorite and my wife's favorite devices to add into the home, just because it's so quick and easy to be able to clean up all the floor versus waiting for a robot to do it for hours. This can be done in no time and quickly get the mess done and move on with your day. So if you want to check out the latest pricing, make sure you check down in the link in the description below, and there'll be some awesome discounts available as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.